I'm pulling over my eyes.
Actually, I was born and raised in Illinois, so I'm.
Oh, in Illinois. Well, okay.
Illinois. Oh, okay. Why
Oh, we're
not?
rolling. Oh.
First of all, Margot, thank you for doing another Superman film. I wasn't finished with the relationship between Lois Lane and Superman, and I'm glad that you didn't feel like the relationship or the story had been over with number 3. What attracted you to the script? What elements?
Well, I just, for starters, was heartbroken at the thought of anybody else being Lois before I saw the script. And never said, as that silly bio says, I didn't want to do it. And then when I read the script, and I'd accepted the movie before I read the script. I said, sure. And then I read it and I thought, boy, this is pretty gutsy to put in an anti-nuclear message, an anti-arms race message, and a very well done anti-arms race message. It's in between the fun and the romps and the baddies and the goodies and all that sort of thing. So it was that. It was Lois, and it was working with Christopher again, my mate, and sort of a myriad of things. Yeah.
Will you miss doing Lois Lane if there are no more Superman pictures? Are there?
No, I might. I just might. I love her. You know, she's one of my people I made. You know, it's like when you write and you create a character. Often what you do is it's like patchwork quilting. You take one piece of somebody, and I'll take a piece of you and a piece of you, and
a piece of yourself.
A piece of yourself. Definitely a piece of yourself. You have to connect it to yourself, and you put all these pieces together, and you make this person. Well, it's kind of like having a baby, you know. Well, it's not quite as good as that, but it's like in a mini way. And so you've made this person, and some of the time you really grow to love the person you made. And I really grew to love Lois for all her daffiness and lack of IQ points and her inability to recognize it clearly Superman. But so the idea of not playing it was really I think it was rough.
Margot, you're trying to get some scripts of your own developed and made.
I'm trying to write one.
Yeah. Would you like to see a script, a story of Lois Lane without Superman?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's push it.
Well, give me a piece of paper. We'll
hey, you guys at Warner's? No, I think that'd be terrific. I mean, get Christopher off the hook from having to wear that outfit, and it would. I think that she's a character who could certainly carry a movie.
I agree with you. I think there's so much to her. Taking a little bit different look at your career, were you at all concerned when you were approached with an idea to do a weekly television program? And the whole snobbery between doing television series...
No, I don't have the snobbery, but when I said yes to that dreadful series, I pretend it wasn't me, I was in a particularly cynical mood about the movie industry and thought, to hell with them all, I'll just take the money and run, due to several events that I won't discuss. And was told, yes, you're going to be playing a con artist, the series is about this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And of course, when I went out there to do it, it wasn't about any of those things. It was just absolute drivel. And so finally, I went into the fellow who runs the TV department at Warner's, and I said, look, Harvey, this is awful, and this is not what I was supposed to be doing. And I have friends in New York who are real artists, and I'm going to feel pretty embarrassed when this comes on TV. He said, it's good, kid.
Trust me.
Well, we have a difference then in creative taste, because I don't find this particularly stimulating material. Trust me, we have a foolproof method, he said. And I said, what is it? He said, well, we get 125 people in New York, all colors, and we get 125 people out of the farmer's market in LA, and we put them in a room, and we have a red button and they have a black button, and then we wire them up. And he said, when the scene is good, they push the red button, and when it's bad, they push the black button. And when they're excited, we can monitor their heartbeat because we've wired them up and we're in the back room. And I, as in what I thought was an artist, my jaw dropped open. And I said, you mean this is how you decide what you put on television? He said, yeah, been doing it for years.
Or television by computers.
So I don't think computers, buttons. We're talking the red button and the black button. And this is in fact how they do it. And I met a couple of reporters yesterday who had taken part in those experiments. I was just floored.
So how do you
Just-
protect yourself, Margot?
Well, you play it a bit smarter than I did, obviously.
Well, what you've learned
I
out of
was
that.
dumb.
But what happens now
It
for
seems
the
to
rest of
take me
your
a while
career?
to learn. Well, I don't know. You go on to the next thing, you know.
But
With
you're
good
always
cheer.
so vulnerable, especially in the movies. Good grief! You've got a director, you have script writers, you have other actors, you
That's
have the
why you
editor.
decide to direct, so that you're protected, so that your interpretation of whether it be a character or a story, or just a vision of the world or a piece of your life, stays your vision and doesn't become castrated or kind of demeaned by somebody else's needs, whether it be a studio's fear of offending people. I did a movie with Richard Pryor where there was a whole relationship between us, and in fact they cut most of it out and told us it was because Middle America couldn't handle a black and a white together without dealing with the issue that it was a black. I was so angry and upset, and Richard was pretty pissed off himself. And we'd done really good work, and he's the best actor I think I've ever worked with. And they actually, they told us. I mean, I went to see the screening, I went, what happened to this relationship, this love story? So I said, why did they cut it out? Well, Middle America is not ready for that. And I said, this is 1980, whatever it was. What are you talking about? You're not ready for it. Middle America's ready for it. You're the one having the problem. And so you see, you're dealing with that kind of mentality a lot. And to me, it's just odd. It's just, I just find those realities, the red button, the black button, the Middle America not ready for black and white, I just find all that nuts and bananas. And unfortunately voiced that opinion.
Does that make you unpopular in Hollywood?
With certain people, yes.
It takes so much money, though, to make a film.
It does, but I think until we learn that we must have an alliance between the people putting up the money and the artists making the movie, as opposed to a sort of warlike posture between the two sides, we're not going to get anywhere, and it's not going to get any better. I mean, you have Coca-Cola running Columbia and Gulf Oil running whatever. I mean, it's big business production. The people more and more in the production end know nothing about how to make movies. They know about how to put together deals, and they're not bad people. But they see Rambo 2, and he killed everybody who wasn't white, and that would work, so they'll do it again, see how many more you can kill in the next one. I mean, it's a not particularly bright mentality, and it hasn't worked. Because if you look at the Oscars this year, all the movies nominated, for once, were in fact ones that had all been turned down several times by every major studio in Hollywood.
Maybe there's hope.
Oh, I think there is definitely hope. There's no question there's hope.
Thanks, Margot.
Okay, I think I got myself in trouble on that one.